Peace and blessings, everyone. This is me, Miss V, on Casa de Madonnas. I made a video yesterday called The Pep Talk with Your Child. Today, I decided to do a reading, a 5-card reading. So, this is like my second or third attempt, like the third take on this reading. So the whole time I was shuffling, I was assuming that I was recording, but I wasn't. So I've already put the cards out. I just want to let you know, as a disclaimer, this is a general reading, meaning that this reading is going to be for the general public. So everybody is not under the same sign. Therefore, you got to understand that everything in this reading may not resonate. So take what resonates and what doesn't, just leave the rest. If it don't apply, let it fly. So with that being said, if you want to book a personal reading with me, I will leave my contact information in either the description box or in the comment section. So if you want to book a personal reading, I am here to provide you with clarity. So again, this is the 5-card reading. This is just a 5-card reading, and we're going to be talking about or addressing things such as situations that you're currently dealing with, maybe challenges, guidance on what advice Spirit has for you, as well as what you need to focus on and the outcome. In this reading, we can also cover aspects like the past, the present, the future, the reason for your situation, and the potential outcome for it, or what potential that your situation has. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start with the reading. So for the first card, this speaks about a situation that you're dealing with. So what we got for that situation card was the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a card that usually speaks about taking action. Usually sometimes known as, and it can be an impulsive action. Like acting on something without actually taking the time to think it through. So I feel like whoever this is addressing, this is somebody who's dealing with, they're going to act on something without thoroughly thinking it through. So this is what Spirit wants to remind you, and myself as well, is that sometimes you just got to take a moment to just stop, pause, and then, okay, let me throw this little fun fact in here. My son, his name is Selah, and Selah means to stop and meditate upon. So we're going to say Selah, Selah. This is the advice Spirit wants to give you, to stop, to take a moment and to think about what actions you're about to take. So you want to be mindful, because one thing that I try to teach my children, and advice that I want to give to the general public, is that actions do have consequences. So you really want to think about the outcome of your actions. Think about maybe perhaps the possible repercussions of your actions before taking on an action. So whatever it is that you want to take an action towards, you're moving swiftly and you're doing it impulsively without taking the time to think it through. So my advice to you is to really think this one through, because it could have detrimental effects for you. So moving on to the next card, we're talking about the challenge. And for that card, you got a major arcana card called the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor. So I'm assuming that the Emperor could be, just based on looking at the picture, could be Taurus energy, but please do not quote me on astrological signs. I'm just going off my intuition right now. So the Emperor is someone who feels on top of the world. They on top of their shit, right? So they're saying the challenge is this. Maybe you're a person that's, if you have a piece of authority, maybe you're probably abusing it. So you might want to, okay, so I heard this message really loud and clear. But the funny thing is that the message that I heard comes from another card. Me being a Libra, Libras are air signs. Air signs deal with mental processes, okay? So who better to give you advice than someone who who deals in this energy? So what I'm saying to you is this. If you hold some piece of authority, if you are authoritative, okay, you might want to, sheathe your sword. In other words, hold back the sword. Because sometimes as a Libra, we pull out the sword and we ready to cut straight to the truth. We cutting past all the bullshit. But with this is telling you to maybe, properly use your authority. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there was a misuse of your power. That's what I'm seeing, that the challenge is that maybe you might have a position of authority and you're misusing your power a little bit. So you might need to reel it on back in. Like I said, sheathe the sword. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it says there's a time and a place for everything. And I truly believe that. And that's the advice that I'm getting from this card, the Emperor card. It's a high status type card. It's saying that you are in your power. But if this is a challenge, then I guess it's an abuse of power. So just be mindful of that. And this perhaps could be Taurus energy. Okay, moving forward. We had the number 3 card, the guidance card. Okay, so you got the 10 of Wands in reverse. It was actually in reverse. Okay, so this is talking about an ending of a cycle. And also maybe because you have reached the end of a cycle, you may not have learned the lessons that maybe there's something that's missing. Like you didn't really learn the lesson. There's something that you might need to go back and retrieve. Maybe it's a thought process. Maybe it's an action on how you handle something. Maybe it's something that you said. But Wands is talking about passionate pursuits and things like that. So I feel like passionately, when I look at these 2 cards together, the Knight of Swords and the 10 of Wands, what I see, and it's like kind of telling a story here. So you probably passionate about bringing an end to something. Okay. But maybe because you have a position of authority, you may be abusing it. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not seeing yourself because you're probably a person that is in authority and is always right. And, you might need to see some things about yourself before you completely end the cycle. So I'm thinking, from what I'm feeling from this reading so far, I feel like there's a need to do a little soul searching to go within yourself, because there's some things within you that needs attention and needs perhaps correction. So the next card you got was this is the 4th placement in this particular deck of the 5-card spread. This is talking about focus. So you got the 2 of Cups in reverse, okay? So what it's telling you, separation. Okay, I see. So the focus is this, and I'm hearing this loud and clearly. Sever ties with things and people that no longer serve you. You may be holding on to a failed relationship. You may be holding on to friendships that is no longer serving you because you really haven't accepted the fact that these people are no longer serving you. Sometimes we get caught up in people, in individuals, in situations and things like that. So this is dealing with matters of the heart. And I really feel strongly that You're holding on to somebody because you may have known them for an extensive amount of time and it has become comfortable. Even though it may be chaotic or you see that it's not working in your favor, you still hold on to it because it's familiar. And what Spirit is telling you to focus on is letting go of what no longer serves you. If there has been a breakup of some sort, you need to let go. You don't need to hold on to it mentally or whatever. You don't need to allow, just let go of what don't serve you. It's just that simple. Okay, then the last card you got, I'm seeing knights, a lot of knights. The Knight of Cups, okay. So, the outcome, okay. So, I'm seeing this real clear. Maybe you put your foot down. Maybe you are straddling the fence with breaking up with somebody, a loved one that's close to you. The outcome is that they're going to come back. They're going to attempt to come back to you. Just know that, and I'm hearing this really loud and clear. Hear me out, y'all. Okay. I heard this and I find this to be real true. Like, it really resonated when I heard it. It was like, whoa, that makes sense. So people sometimes want to be in a relationship. The thing is, they want all the benefits of the relationship, but they don't want to put in the work to upkeep the relationship. They want all the benefits without putting in any work. And maybe they are YouTube or whoever it is that you're dealing with, y'all in a cycle or a repetitive thing where, you break up to make up type thing. And then and just as sure, this person is going to come back around, right? Come back around. And it was in reverse, okay? Actually, it's upright. So they're going to come back around with the same old, like trying to continue the cycle. Now, it's really up to you. After being given all this advice, it's really up to you if you're going to choose to entertain it or not. But just know that it's just going to continue to be the same cycle. So, you got a choice to make. Are you going to entertain this? Because a knight is somebody that come with a message of love, okay? Somebody come with a message of love, like, hey. So, the knights, and when I see the knights, I try to look at things on a hierarchical level, if that makes sense, on a maturity level, on a financial level, whatever it is. So the knights pretty much are workers for the king and the queen. You know what I'm saying? They here to bring messages from the king or the queen. So the emperor. So this is the way I can look at this. So you got an emperor card, right? So he's like a king, right? So maybe it's a message. Hold on. Let me. You got the cups, you got the swords, and the wands. Swords, cups, wands. 2 cups on the board. So this is, majority is dealing with matters of the heart. So we're talking about making a decision, the ending of something, an ending of a cycle, and messages, and pursuits, and passions. Okay, so whoever this emperor is, right? Whether that's you or someone you're dealing with. Was it in reverse? No, it was upright. And the challenge is this person who may display emperor qualities. of leadership qualities. How does this relate with the night? So two. So the challenge is the Emperor. Authority. The outcome is the Knight of Cups. So, at the end of the day, when it comes to matters of the heart, you're going to be receiving news fast, or maybe somebody is going to pursue you fast. Okay? Maybe you want to end into something with this person, but they don't want to let go. So what I heard earlier when I was doing this reading was that people are directly benefiting from the relationship, but they're not trying to put in work. It's like they want to reap the benefits, but they don't want to put in the work. They're not willing to put in the work. You may have tried, like, you've seen potential. You may have tried to make this shit work, but this person is not willing to put in the work. And if they're not willing to put in the work, then you're just going to keep dealing with the same stuff, and you're trying to walk away, but you can't let go. But you got to be strong, honey. You got to know when to get up, when love is no longer being served at the table, when there's not a mutual respect or, an equal give and take. It's time to let it go. As hard as it is, and maybe you've been with a person or dealt with this person for a long periods of times, but I promise you, there's life outside of the relationship. There's life beyond a breakup. And you deserve, hold on. Hey. I thought you, okay. No, so, went to the store to get some. Okay. I'm about to finish up this reading. I'm going to wrap up this reading real quick. So anyway, y'all, that's the reading. If you got any questions, just hit me up. Again, I'm going to leave my contact information in the either the description box or the comments below. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Hit me up if you want a personal reading, and thank you again so much for your 913 subscriptions. Peace and blessings.